The LR Gogeta Golden Frieza announcement has created a firestorm of debate, conversation, opinions all over the place. So what I wanted to do in this video is check out your thoughts when it comes to this. I posted a tweet asking you guys for your thoughts on the Gogeta Frieza. My personal opinion, I will say again, I like what they did. I think that we could have done without the Gogeta per se, but I like what they did because this is an interesting makeup of heroes and villains. Yes, we've had this before in the LR Int Goku Frieza, but as we all have come to learn, not the greatest unit. We also, by the way, I did know this and I didn't forget about it, but I just want to point out because I saw some of the comments saying, Toon, did you forget about the Tapion? There is a unit that is already both a movie hero and a movie boss. There is one unit in particular that does that, and that is the Tapion / Harudegarn Giant Form unit. So that would be, actually, wait, no, he leads Giant Form, doesn't he? He leads Giant Form. Yeah. This guy is a movie hero and a movie boss. I did not forget about that, but when I was talking about this, combining heroes and villains, this is not what I was thinking because they're already tethered together. I was thinking more about something like this. Yeah, Frieza and Gogeta were involved in the same sequence of events, but they were independent of one another, right? They did not work together. They did not coordinate and say, hey, Frieza, we need you to take a beating for, what, an hour before we ultimately step in and take over? It was nothing like that. So there's obviously some what if elements in here. There are some, other animations being sort of superimposed onto this one, but the overall concept is cool. And this sets a cool precedent for future combinations that can create for more dynamic rotations, team buildings and whatnot. This is a great hack, for lack of a better word, in terms of creating some fun and interesting teams. Now you have a Gogeta running on a Wicked Bloodline team. Who'd have thought, right? So I like the concept, but as far as the Gogeta, I actually kind of agree with a lot of people in that the Gogeta's card is kind of getting played a little too much, a little too fast. This is our third Gogeta in the span of 1 year. It started with the 10th anniversary, and then we had a Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 during the GDC. So, and also, not to mention, of all the Gogetas, this is probably the one that we've seen a lot more of recently, with this now being, what, the fourth one? Because we've got the LR Tech Gods. We see some animations from that. We have the AGL Gogeta Blue. That one's an older one. We have the STR LR Gogeta Blue, who's been more relevant recently because of the temporary boost, and the 9th anniversary physical LR Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly. So this specific Gogeta has been used a lot. So as far as seeing the unit again, it does, I guess, sort of create a sense of like, all right, we've seen it, we've been there, done that. So I do understand. But again, since the unit is good, the unit overall presents a lot of team building possibilities, combinations and stuff. I do like it overall. So that being said, let's go ahead and check out what you guys have to say, because this is not about me. This is about y'all. All right, let's go ahead and see here. Can Dragon Ball Legends copy this? So this is funny, man. I'm a Dokkan player, and apparently Legends players are jealous of the Gogeta love. I think it was on the live stream, somebody said Legends gets the Vegito love and Dokkan gets the Gogeta love, which I didn't know that was a thing, but sure, that's funny. I mean, I am very slowly learning Legends, very slowly. I had no idea that it was like this over there. It's cool and different. It's nice to see that they are down for experimenting with things. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I like this. In the future, we could see, I don't know, what? We do, cooler and, well, no. What would be some other, like, villain hero combinations? They could, you know what? From the Android Cell Saga, what if we get, like, Android 17 and 18 plus Trunks and Vegeta? That is a crazy combination, but they all well, no, 17, 18 wouldn't work. Well, you know what? No, you can throw in some what if scenarios. Obviously, 17 isn't around when 18 Trunks and Vegeta are dealing with perfects or, semi-perfect cell. But it's a what if. There's obviously a lot of liberties being taken. But if they do something like that, that would be cool. It creates a whole new dynamic. It creates another character that could work in a lineup of Android Cell Saga characters, a category that struggles with that. So there are other ways to build this. Yeah, I like that. It is a good, fresh take on, creating characters out of ones that we've already got. It's okay, I guess. If the celebration is going to be 100% Super Broly, We need them as a tag free to play. I agree. I think we need to have some more good free to play characters. This is something that I've been mentioning a lot recently. I don't like that the free to play side seems to be sort of taking a back seat. I know that some people are saying it's because, oh, they're allocating more of their budget to the pay to plays. I don't care. You need to establish a solid free to play base for this game because it is also a free to play game. And you should be able to demonstrate that it can be functionable as a free to play, not just with one team, but multiple. So I think that that is an unacceptable reasoning. And I hope that they continue to produce more high quality units a little bit more frequently. After this Rose clone army setup, which was great, I'm a little concerned that we're just going to be sitting on that for like 2 years. I don't want that to be the case. I want more. So I would love to see something like this, which is funny because I'm assuming this was posted before we got the details for the Jacket Vegeta banner unit, who, by the way, looks pretty good. Concept. Interesting what if scenario compared to the original timeline. I don't know what I should think about it. Animations, yeah, I mean, it's okay. Yeah. Of course, it doesn't come close to the former Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the 9th anniversary one. You can definitely tell the budget took a dive here to an extent, because as I've stated before, and as it should be well known, this is not an anniversary caliber celebration. That being said, is it a valid excuse for the animation quality to differ to this degree? I think an important detail to mention is that the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta transcends anything else we've ever seen. And that is not something that can be easily replicated, to my understanding. So the standards have been set incredibly high. I don't think anything would have been a justifiable successor to that. So that being said, was this enough of a successor? It's hard to say. But I think one major component as to why people are probably feeling a little more about it is because what I mentioned. This is our, what, 50th Dragon Ball Super Broly Gogeta. So I think we can, you know, I wonder, comment section down below, do you think that there is more fatigue from Tournament of Power or DBS Gogeta? DBS Broly Gogeta. I know that's not entirely a fair comparison, but considering the situation, I figured I'd ask. I truly feel sorry for Vegito fans. I mean, to me, all this says is that whenever we do get the next Vegito, it'll be on par with this or better. Maybe that's unrealistic, but I do think the future is bright for Vegito. I also want Vegito to do well because I am a Gogeta fan. Yes, doesn't mean I hate Vegito. I like Vegito. I want both of the fusion characters to do well, but I also want them to do well in chunks. And when I say chunks, I mean like space them out. So we got some Vegito action during GDC. We got some Gogeta action during GDC. I think we're good. You don't need to throw in Gogeta during Tanabata, I don't think, right? The easiest skip in ages. Major fumble that it wasn't something else, in my opinion. Plus the fact that we are now entering the 7th year after Dragon Ball Super Broly release, and we have yet to get a standalone blue Gogeta, which is absurd. That I agree, and that is stupid. Same with Vegito. No standalone LR blue Vegito. Oh well, save for the 11th anniversary it is. This is something that I think people need to understand as an absolute win. If you don't care about the new Tanabata LR, that is an absolute win for you because you will not be summoning. You will be saving from now all the way until the 11th anniversary. The two most important celebrations of the year have passed, and they will be coming back next year in 2026. The anniversary, or as they're calling it now, the Supreme Celebration, which starts at the end of January, that is where you're going to be getting potentially Vegito or whatever other major hype characters. Then GDC is the new worldwide, which will be happening in July. As long as you're ready for those two celebrations, and considering the quality of characters that they release, that will cover the majority of your team compositions moving forward in between. Obviously, it will be a struggle not being able to summon on every single banner, but as long as you have those tentpole banners under your belt, that will be what really keeps you going. So if you don't summon on this, it's not the end of the world. Dokkan is in a good place where you don't necessarily have to have top tier movie heroes, movie bosses, or I'm calling it movie reps. Top tier movie reps. You don't need to have that team at the same level as your GDC super boss or what is it? GT boss or fused fighters or GT heroes, whatever. You don't have to. This just means that down the road, you're having a conversation with a buddy. Oh my God, I was able to beat this event with this team. Oh yeah, I beat it with that team. That should be the sort of conversations that we start to see if they continue to release high quality units and boost high quality teams at a decent rate. We can start to see scenarios where people are having multiple routes to success. It's not just about, oh, you have to have this one unit on this specific team with all of these characters. No, it's that, oh, I got it done with GT heroes. Hey, I got it done with movie heroes. Oh, what did you do here? Oh, I got it done with Namekians. I know, it's crazy. It'll never happen, but still. Saving for 11th anniversary is a huge W. All right, moving on here. Honestly, it's very unique. I love the combination of extreme and super to have a mix and match of what to use. It'll give some units that haven't been used in a while a good buff for stats. Amen to that. Yes. Movie reps is my new unofficial category. Characters that are coming out of the woodwork will suddenly be more relevant and usable, especially with the extra stat buffs floating around. Though I do agree we should not hold back. Though I do agree that we should hold back off fusions for a bit since we got 3 last, I think, year. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that we need to ease off on fusions. Obviously, fusions are a money glitch, but too much at once can be a bad thing for anything. So, solid reply. I was honestly expecting a lot more vitriol early on, but okay. Shout out to the wholesome replies. Honestly, I was hoping for a less hype moment just so I could make, just so it could be easier to save for the 11th anniversary. But after seeing this, I can't be mad at all, especially seeing how insane their kit looks on both ends. True. This is an insanely good way to introduce the TDC celebration. I mean, I know that's what we're trying to call it. I don't know if it'll stick, but yeah. But yes, they are good. And I think that's also what's crazy. After Goku Frieza, I don't think we were ever ready to love again when it comes to characters like this. Hero and villain actually being good on both sides. That's weird, but I like it. EZA AGL LR Golden Frieza. Okay, what do you have to say? Cool as I do love fusions, but YouTube guidelines, 3 Gogeta. Nice. I respect that. But 3 Gogetas in less than a year is a little much. It's a cool idea. Kits are really good. I'm actually pretty damn excited. You get a heart for following the terms of service and not making me have to hide the comment. I appreciate you. Also looking forward to your EZA. Love when we get original units, and this one within the context of the movies makes sense. Now imagine a tag Goku Bardock. Yes! That leads low-class warriors, pure Saiyans, bond of parent and child. Now we're talking. There you go. Not exactly a union of heroes and villains, but these crazier combinations suddenly make more sense because of this crazy established precedent that we've now got. The unit is cool, but what's cooler for me is the possibility that it opens. Amen to that. Heroes and villains are on the same card, okay, but not with passives that are exclusive to super or extreme. Right, but it's for movie heroes or movie bosses. I mean, I think that that's a good step. I understand where Leon's coming from. I think that's a good step. Ultimately, we will see this, you know, iterated better and better and better down the road, but this is the first step in that direction. So I think it's good so far, but I get it. I want Dokkan to do the funniest thing. Imagine they forget this guy exists and now somehow he has both heroes and bosses leader skill. It won't happen, but lol. You know, if this guy's the part 2 LR, I would not be shocked. Would he fit the leader skill? I don't think he would. It's movie heroes, movie bosses, plus an extra 50% to transformation boost. Transformation boost inhuman deeds and gifted warriors. Yeah, this would not fit. But you know what? If this guy got the part 2, that, I mean, it wouldn't do well at all. It would probably, we'd probably hit bottom grossing as far as sales go. But that would be a really good pickup for Tapion fans. You know, the 3 of you. Gogeta needs to like go away for a few years, and after 3, this 1 year is mad. Yep. Gogeta haters coming out in droves, and I get it. I personally find them amazing. Yes, I legit thought Tanabata would be Daima, but this is creative. Daima's dead. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, you're just better off not having any hope for Daima. They're not going to do it. They don't care about Daima because they're dumb, and it's over. It's kind of okay for the unit not to be the most hype thing, especially after GDC. But yeah, my actual prediction was Frieza F movie. Nice. With Goku Blue and Goku Golden Frieza being a tag unit. Interesting. Not a bad choice. Would have made more sense and leaves room for a Carnival Daima Goku. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but Dokkan dumb, so no. Yeah, Gogeta, just, we really didn't need it. Didn't need it. Like, even if we're talking movie heroes, could have been God Goku, you know? Or could have been Goku Blue. Dude, imagine Goku Blue, whose entrance animation is that little, like, moment where you see the gray hair, you know, like the MUI reference to the Tournament of Power. That would have been fine. I find them a bit underwhelming in animations. I can see that, as most of it seems reused. I wouldn't say the Friezas were reused, but even still, it wasn't at the same level. Again, like, Gogeta just ruins all other animations forever. They should have done a standalone Golden Frieza or a Gogeta. I disagree about that one. Or Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Yes, that I agree with. And not pump out tag units like it's cardboard, because it really kills the mechanic if every unit becomes a tag. I think once we get a solid amount of them, we can ease off. But it is a pretty revolutionary mechanic, and I think having a solid amount of options is a good way to start. But then after that, I agree. Because I don't think we have too many right now, right? We've got the 10th anniversary guys. We've got the Goku Frieza. And then we've got the STR Goku Blue. And now this. Oh, wait, no. And the hybrids, that would be 5. And now this, so that's 6. I don't think that that's too much. Granted, they're all dropping in the same year. But it is the 10th anniversary mechanic. And I think that's also probably why they're doing it that way. Because, you know, this is all meant to be tied together to celebrate 10 years of Dokkan. So maybe that's why they're just pumping out these new mechanic units. But hey, man, everyone's got their opinions. Cool and unique, but damn. Third Gogeta this year. They putting everything on red. Nice. Dokkan is allergic to dropping anything new and hype. First superhero, now Daima. I can't get excited for any new Dragon Ball stuff coming to Dokkan because the devs proved to me that they just don't drop that stuff in an even remotely timely fashion. I don't know. Yeah, and I agree with they just can't seem to drop stuff in a timely fashion. I don't know. There has to be stuff that we just don't know about as game developers. We're not game developers. We're simply consumers of the product. So I'm sure that there's licensing and there's all this other stuff that has to go on behind the scenes, but it just seems absurd that it has to be pushed back to this degree. And yeah, I feel like that needs to change. Maybe it's because the actual show isn't back, because when I started when Goku Frieza were just about to beat Jiren. And that also just so happened to be the LR that released for the 3rd year anniversaries worldwide. So, I mean, I don't know if that's much of a precedent considering that was, what, 6 years ago, but yeah, I don't know. Something's not right with it. And this is why I keep saying I want obscure characters. Why do you guys think I root for King Vegeta? Why do you guys think I root for Zarbon? Yeah, it's absurd and it's stupid, sure, but it also speaks to a larger point. Characters, we need more underrepresented characters to get their moments in the game, because the game, I think, is in a better place when you've got all of these characters leading different teams, doing different things, ultimately potentially running on similar teams, having more links just pop up, and, you know, having just more variety. I think that just helps the game. That's the whole reason why we want Daima characters, superhero characters. So the fact that they have to kind of default to some of these guys for celebrations other than like the anniversary level ones is kind of disappointing. I don't know what's going to change it. Will I ever get my Dokkan Festival Zarbon? Realistically, probably not. But hey, you can always dream. Dreams are for sleeping. The animations are somewhat subpar, but that's to be expected after they blew the budget of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That being said, this unit's kit is looking immaculate and fun to use. On paper, this unit looks so complete and so dominant. And I'm not one to really truly understand the scope of a character before I get to use them, because I'm not as hardcore as other people. But the fact that I could even feel that way just by reading it just speaks to how ridiculous the unit looks. So yeah, animations, but unit's abilities, woof. After the high of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this all feels tame but expected. I like the unit, opens up the opportunity for versus units. I like that later, and the kits are good. I'll always take Gogeta, lol, but yeah. all in all, feels like a filler celebration than a big one, but understandable. It's not, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, it's a big filler celebration. Again, like if you focus your structured summons around the 2 tentpole celebrations, I think that will make your outlook on the year easier. Of course, it sucks because you summon, if you're summoning twice a year, that means you're summoning in March or like the month of February, and you're summoning in the month of September. While everybody else is summoning every other week, every 2 weeks, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs with only 2 major summons. That sucks, right? But if you understand what's at stake, and now that we've seen what you can get from GDC versus Tanabata, that should make it more clear as to why people recommend that sort of a lifestyle. But again, they have to provide good content. They have to provide adequate upgrades, EZAs, other ways to assemble teams, more free to play. If they can't do that sort of thing, then ultimately that doesn't work. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry. I'm losing it here. Okay. Actually, let me see. How many more we got? Yeah, we got a lot. Easy skip. Hey, if you got to skip, go ahead. Dokkan, please, my wallet can only last so long. Yep. Yep, seen that. You forget Tapion AGL was literally the first unit in Dokkan to have movie heroes and movie boss. I did not forget that. This isn't anything new from what we've seen. It is, because that is one character. Tapion Harudegarn is basically one character. This is the union of 2 characters that were never in a situation where they were working together. It is different. Also, since that unit is absolutely mid, and no, not even mid, just bad and irrelevant, people weren't mentioning it. But I knew, I mean, I remembered that that unit exists. Mid, yep. Easy skip. Okay, so did Twitter just naturally drop all the negative comments to the bottom? Because I scrolled all the way down to the bottom and I'm gonna work my way back up, but it's funny how I'm now seeing all of the negative stuff. Gogeta is the new base Goku. If this took Super Saiyan God Vegeta spots, oh, don't even mention that, dude. I'm gonna be mad. If God Vegeta lost a spot because of this, I'm gonna be mad. 4 out of 10 waiting for LR Broly for the second part. A lot of people were saying that on my live stream. LR Broly part 2. That sounds right and it makes sense. Watch them not do that. And LR Broly would be so good if it's Dragon Ball Super Broly, but they're not gonna do it. Frieza plus Gogeta before LR Kid Buu is crazy work. Nah, we love that. I want it on record again. I never want Kid Buu to get an LR. Not because I don't like Kid Buu. I love Kid Buu. But I think the meme would get funnier and funnier and funnier if these Dumbos would never release an LR Kid Buu. And I think they know it. It's been 10 years. They pay attention to the community. They know what's up. And I'm sure some of you guys have commented in surveys, please give me an LR Kid Buu. Even if they don't use that as like constructive criticism, they've seen it. I think they're in on the meme just like I am. They're just never gonna do it. And it's gonna be so funny. Oh, look at the kitty. You cannot rage bait me? Uh-oh. This character is sick and nobody can tell me otherwise. Doesn't sound like rage bait, it's just, okay. Yeah, the unit is sick. LR Rogue and Star Force Mega Man. Okay, well, I mean, you know your audience, although why Rogue? Like Marvel Rivals Rogue, maybe? Okay. I mean, we don't have Rogue in Marvel Rivals, but that'd be cool. Yeah, those are the 3. Those are the 3. And yeah, the active skill, attack plus 540, defense plus 540, full orb changing. People, like, I think right now it's a 50-50. That might be wrong, but I think it's a 50-50 in terms of loving and hating. Once people see the unit in action, that 50% hate will drop down to 25%. And that 25% that switched over will either be quiet about it or they will just try to avoid the subject altogether. I know that those of y'all who hate the unit are still going to summon. You're going to like it and you're going to be like, I know it. That's how it always is. I wish I had the power for someone, whoever immediately outright blatantly hates a unit without any patience or reading comprehension. If you immediately outright hate a character, I should have the power of reality to forbid your device from letting you summon for the unit because you don't deserve it. One day I'll gain that power. One day I will get the power of Gios. Busted unit. Am I hyped for it though? Not at all. I get it. Gogeta being extreme is justified. Gogeta being extreme is a nod to him attempting to murder and abuse innocent mentally ill man. Whoa. Okay. All right. Good Lord. It's a cool combination that shows what exchange can do, which is giving us cool duos that normally wouldn't be together. That being said, part 2, Kefra. Yeah, dream on, buddy. If you want it, you won't get it. This is bad. I'm hoping to see more units like this. The idea of combining hero and villain in one unit, it just seems so cool. Amen to that. 3 playable Gogetas in 1 year. Love the uniqueness idea, but bad timing. I feel like people are just jinxing it. Next celebration, everyone says it's not Daima. Every year has a team that they push. This year just happened to be Fusions. Okay, yeah. I know Fusion haters will be butthurt, but this is a W and brings mad excitement now that we get a new version of Goku Vegeta Fusion this year. Yes, fused fighter. I think we've received so much in terms of fused fighters that you actually don't even need this Gogeta to function as far as like a fully functioning fused fighter team. Like, that's how good of a state that category is in. So again, like, the unit is good. It creates more team building options and more scenarios for people to enjoy. But you don't have to have the unit. And a great thing about Dokkan versus Legends is that you get to test out the characters with the friend unit. So even if you hate the character, you don't know how the character works, the friend unit gives you your first-hand look at the unit better than any showcase would. You should still watch the showcase, but you know what I'm saying? Just like, still watch my showcase, please. Thank you. Easy peasy skip. Free 33 stones for the AGL Golden Frieza EZA. Seems hype. It's just Gogeta's active skill that's kind of seeming off for me. That we won't see the Super Saiyan Gogeta or the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta battle motion. Am I just the only person who doesn't care? Like, I don't care about the battle motions. Never did. It's probably a content creator thing, considering when I am trying to do stuff, I'm either just trying to talk or I'm trying to read chat. I don't care. I would imagine for a normal Dokkan player's experience, that probably matters more. But again, you can run the other Gogetas on the team, so they'll have the battle motions. This guy will have something different. This guy's battle motion is fluid and it's nice. It's very nice. Kit is good. Animations are mid. Dokkan has a lot of options to choose from, but they went with Gogeta again. Yes. For me, not hype, but the idea is good. 100% agree. I love this pick, but my biggest gripe is they don't work with the blue boys because they don't... Oh, they need super on the rotation. It's a little annoying. Ooh. Fused fighter. Oh, man. When all allies attacking in the same turn. Ew. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Well, don't run them on the same rotation. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, double comment from you. Okay. Hear me out. Switch this and part 2 of GDC, and I think it could have been peak and more interesting. Have Super be GDC and Tanabata be GT with sick animations. That would have created a very... I think that would have caused more problems than it would have solved, because if you put that... That is the highest budget animation we've ever seen and probably will ever see. You put that on a tier below an anniversary caliber celebration, that causes an uproar, because now people are like, wait a second, I thought that this was the anniversary. Why is the anniversary not getting as good animations as the Tanabata? I think that would not work out. I get what you're saying logistically in terms of like the categories, but that animation alone is not allowed on anything other than the anniversary. You just can't. Repetitive, boring, underwhelming. I believe Philip is talking about the Gogeta part. I don't think that the unit is repetitive. Actually, I think, yeah, I mean, the archetype is repetitive, sure, to an extent. I'm trying to like rationalize this. Underwhelming animation, sure. I just think it's a bit extreme to call it this, but hey, it's your opinion and you are allowed to feel that way. Refuse to let Kale and Caulifla fuse for the new unit. Fusion Zamasu being an active super when he doesn't defuse. Anime continuity. And obviously releasing 3 Gogetas in the same year. No more Gogeta units for a good while, please. Yep, you make a lot of good points there, friend. Many people have proven this Frieza sucks, but Gogeta once switched. Who's proven that? We haven't even used it yet. What? One needs 2 or 3 of this card to make them work, but really, I think they're pushing it. Yes, it's great if one card is all one needs, but one needs dupes to maximize their effectiveness. I mean, that's how gachas work. but it's a PvE game. And that's the important distinction there. It's a PvE game that you can play at your own pace. If you can't get certain things done with your current build of a character, then over time, other pieces will fall into place to help you. You'll get more copies of the unit. It's not like that unit has to dominate and get the job done slot 1, frame 1, day 1, minute 1. So I don't think that that's necessarily a valid enough reasoning, in my opinion, but you're allowed to feel differently. As far as the Frieza being bad, that I just find absurd because it's been 5 minutes. Like, how do we know he sucks? How does he suck? We don't even know what the new event does. I don't think that doesn't sound right. Great idea, needs to improve more on some animations like Gogeta's reused active skill, but kits are nice. Yes, I think like 50% at least of Gogeta's animations were just repeats. Go watch my short on it. We added a few extra details just to give it a little bit more of a fresh take. Go check out the short. If you are a Smash Bros fan, you will most definitely appreciate it. But what about Memorial Stones? Yeah, okay. The Vegito and Trunks for part 2, gonna blow this out of the water. oh my god, that's not even like an irrational combination. That just makes sense. Yes, please, can we? Actually, can we get a Vegito? You know what's gonna be funny? We get that. Vegito fans will be salty because they'll be like, oh, now we get a Gogeta, but it's locked behind Trunks for 3 turns or something like that. But that honestly would be very cool. Next, they need to give us Piccolo Android 17 combo. Before we do that, hold on. I love that idea. Can we first get them against each other? Can we go back to that stupid saga? How long until Piccolo gets a Dokkan festival in Android Saga versus 17? And when are we going to get Piccolo versus second form Frieza? I mean, what the hell? Let's do that first before we get this. All right. I don't care if they drive more and more fusions. I like the idea of this combination. Is very unique and cool. I mean, fusions sell. People like fusions. I'm surprised it took this long to find one of these comments. Low stats on Frieza side, honestly. Fire idea opens up so many funny units for the future. Giga Dokkan win overall. I like the positivity. As a fusions shrimp, I'm actually hyped for this unit, unique in every way. I'm gonna go all in. Hopefully they chill out on fusions for at least 2 years. 11th anniversary will have at least 1 fusion. Count on it. It's so cool. I'm glad they're taking risks. I mean, they're taking risks with their box office names, but yeah. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not sure how to feel about their kit. Also seems like they aren't a must summon for unit. They're not, and that's the beauty of showcases. Don't just watch my showcase. Watch other people's showcases, see how other people are using the characters, try them out yourself. You don't have to summon for the unit in order to actually use the character. So keep that in mind. I'm really surprised, but it's hype. I like to see them combine more heroes and villains together. It makes more diverse fun. All right, let me see. How far are we now from the beginning? Oh, we're getting close to the end here. The animations are somewhat subpar, but that's to be expected after they blew the budget. Oh, I read that one. After the high of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this all feels tame, but expected. Oh, I read that one too. If it's not a standalone Vegito, I couldn't care less about any other form of fusions for the foreseeable future. Also, I wanted Cooler, not another Frieza. Speaking of Cooler, I don't know if this will be the spot where we get the Cooler and the Goku for the Worldwide 2022? 2023? No, 2023 was We Saiyans Have No Limits. I'm a simple man. I see new Gogeta, I am hyped. So you bet your I'm summoned. Ning. Part 2, maybe Great Beast Gohan. Great Beast Gohan? Oh, maybe Great Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo. Then, since it's movie themed, also it'd be Blue Goku and Vegeta. Oh, Blue Goku. Blue Goku. Am I stupid? Oh, Resurrection F. Got it. Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo. No thanks. We already have that, and it's pretty recent, 9th anniversary. That being said, why not do that? Because Dokkan released a 2023 Worldwide Future Saga LR, and then we got the same thing 2 years later. So that's totally possible. The more creative a unit, the better for me personally. It's why DBZ opening Gohan. Oh, Z Fighters and Kai Fighters are some of my favorite units. I gotta respect that. The units are a bit meh, but the kits and concepts make up for it. Yeah, I actually very much respect that opinion because that's sort of along the lines of me and my whole philosophy on, you know, getting more obscure characters involved in more Dokkan Fests. That's exactly it. I think it's just, it makes me feel better about the game, seeing all these different characters get their moments. This is just a cooldown for the animations, because I know for a fact that they're putting their budget on Daima. You know for a fact, huh? Okay. And this is the first mixture of superheroes and super boss lead. For my opinion, no one should go hard on this banner or spend too much dragon stones on it. I mean, I don't think anybody can unless you're a whale. I love everything about these new units. Absolute cinema. I agree that the idea and the concept are pretty cool, but couldn't they at least wait a year before we get another Gogeta unit? I agree. Also, it's only been like 1.5 years since the last DBS Broly celebration. The movie is goated, but it really gets to a point where it's too much. This is an unexpected but solid release. Their teams are able to be varied, which is a mega plus for this unit, and team diversity is something sorely needed at the moment. My biggest concern is their longevity, as well as lack of stacking in their super attack. Items. But I understand. I think it's a cool concept that could be that could have come at a later date. Firstly, it's Gogeta again. Secondly, for what possible reason could this not have been Daima? Because they're dumb. Why are they continuing to hold off? Because they're dumb. I actually agree that they should chill with the fusions, but this is one of the coolest units I've seen Dokkan do ever. It's true. I mean, it just is. If this reversible exchange can take a short interaction between Gogeta Frieza into a whole unit, then what I want to see they can do for other characters. Then I want to see what they can do for other characters. Yep. It's the precedent. I love the idea of the character, but the two complaints for me, which will be the most common for sure, is this is the third Gogeta, and the animations are mid-bad. Kit, in my opinion, is intuitive and allows both to have their own identity, but be cohesive, if that makes sense. It does. My goat. Pretty cool character. I love when the developers take a more original route. The animations could be better, but overall the super is okay. Who's going to be the part 2? It is going to be LR Raditz. I don't know. Honestly, here for it. This is the stuff I was really looking forward to with the tag units instead of Goku and Vegeta number 4. Kits are fantastic, but they should work well with the upcoming EZAs. Plus, any reason we can buff Super Boss is a win in my book. That is true. Ultimately, what did I want? Well, one of the scenarios. I did want a Super Boss buff. This is another Super Boss that works outside of Future Saga. So because this leads movie reps, you can construct Super Boss and superheroes ish now, or just Super Bosses and other stuff. You don't have to necessarily just have the Rose clones. I actually disagree. They should do fusions every celebrations and I would die happy. I remember someone saying it would be funny if every Dokkan Festival exclusive was Gogeta Vegeta this year during anniversary, and that somewhat became true. Yeah, kind of is. Maybe it's just like 10th anniversary. We know y'all want fusions. Let's just shove it down your throat. I feel like I'm one of the only people that aren't hyped. No, you're not. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Gogeta fan, but we've had enough Gogeta for this year. The animations aren't that good. They were just better options like there were better options like Resurrection F or obviously Daima. I'm personally more hyped for the EZA Frieza. I think a lot of people will be coming around on that Frieza. I like the creativity of the selection and their build being for their extreme or super. Personally feel like it's an improvement on the Go Frieza from the anniversary, which wasn't bad. Yes, that's 100% true. Really good choice. Eager to see what more characters they like these. Man, I am fading. They get a lot of characters, which is insanely good. Omega, Rose, I think Omega Shenron. I think this guy fits Omega Shenron's lead, right? Maybe. Rose, Zamasu, Goku, Vegeta having another character to use alongside them, and maybe they can start doing those versus characters. Imagine Gogeta, Broly, Vegeta Fusion, Zamasu. Yep. I like the release. It's something to look forward to in the future. We could get a lot more units like this. I'm glad it's not a standalone fusion character. We've gotten a lot of those fusions lately. I rate this an 8 out of 10 release. Would have been cool if it was just a Frieza. Thank you. First take in the entire list to just talk about that. Yeah. Amazing character choice. Super cool to revitalize an already represented already represented cards with what feels more like a Heroes-esque team up. That is true, actually. Kind of does. I think my only gripe, because their kits seem good, is the animation quality is all over the place. Some shots look amazing, some sketchy. That's that anniversary budget versus non-anniversary budget for you. This is really dope. I like when Dokkan does things nobody expects. As much as I like fusions, probably won't and shouldn't see any the rest of the year next year from now. This is sort of like the versus thing from that One Piece game, and I think they should do it more. I don't know what that means. Which one's One Piece? Is that the one with Ichigo? Huge fan of Gogeta here, but even I am like, really? This is a cool concept, but I don't know. I guess they might be saving any big Daima stuff for the 11th anniversary of this one. I'm seeing a lot of that, but you know what? Like, what else do we think? You know, people keep thinking they're going to release Daima because it makes sense, but they're not. You guys are just thinking you're delusional. They don't want to do Daima. They're not going to do Daima. I'm done. Like, I'm going to keep on doing the fun, you know, crazy cope stuff, but I'm dead inside, man. Daima's not happening. Let it go. Feels very 50-50 right now. I can skip, save for a red monkey. Yes, in 2057, that's when we'll be getting this guy. I'm very happy for you. As a Gogeta fan, this is an absolute win. Only thing I'm upset about is the fact that we don't have a standalone right off the rip blue Gogeta LR. True. Honestly excited. I've been playing Dokkan since the 5th anniversary, and I think everything that they are doing is a step in the right direction until the inevitable Zeno wipe reset the astronomical numbers we see. I think that would be a great thing to do at some point, but also the essence of Dragon Ball are these cosmic, cataclysmic feats and, you know, power levels and things like that. So I don't know if we necessarily should, but I also feel like we should. You know, I kind of want it and I kind of don't want it. People hate it on the stream, but I can already see this unit being loved to oblivion once it's out. 100%. I mean, welcome to Dokkan. You see the unit, 90% hates it. They shut up after they see how good the unit is, and then cycle repeats for the next one. I love the unit alone because I now can play Gogeta under STR LR Rose. Isn't that crazy? If I want to, especially since the unit is really nice. I will be summoning simply because the animations look amazing. Yeah, that's my boy, Mr. Meme God. I don't agree with that, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you. I think what's going to keep me going with those animations is that I kind of see a lot of Super Smash Brothers moves in there. Again, we'll go watch the short. There is a lot of Fox McCloud representation in the Gogeta animations. That's probably the detail that I will hold on to that will make me enjoy it. Also, we are looking at the animations in single speed, and I think that is a big distinction to point out. A lot of people play at double speed. Let me know in the comments if you actually play Dokkan at single speed. I want to know. And I think it's probably newer players, because when I started playing the game, I played it at single speed, probably for about 3 months. Single speed. I had the music on blast because I loved it. So I want to know if there's some of you guys who still play on the single speed. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to know. Great idea. This is the type of units that we need more of, specifically the tag mechanics, especially when both sides are really good, which they are. Also, lock in that wrathful Broly. We have so many epic animations for him coming up. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Insanely hype. I love villains buff. Gogeta is a little bonus, I guess. Normally, I'd say stop with the fusions for a while, but I gotta admit that this is at least a unique way of dropping them. It's a cool concept, and while the animations could be a bit better, I think they overall are a cool pick. I'm really surprised that it's hype. I'm really surprised it's hype. Okay, I'm losing it. I'm really surprised, but it's hype. I like to see them combine more heroes and villains together to make it more diverse and fun. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not sure how to feel about their kit. Also seems like they aren't a must summon unit. It's so cool. I'm glad they're taking risks. Oh, we finally did it. All right, there we go. So thank you, everybody. Is my music done? Oh, no, it's still here. Thank you, everybody, for submitting your responses. I'm sure a lot of you guys have also submitted responses after I started reading these, so apologies, couldn't read them all. It's been over 40 minutes, and I am surprised that I am still conscious. So, yeah, that, I think, was a pretty good microcosm of some of the conversations that have been out there. Obviously, much more wholesome. Thank you guys for being wholesome. Only had to hide one comment, so appreciate you guys. I think, again, showcases will change that. You know, beta tests from using the friend units will change that. And at the end of the day, even if they're good, you still probably won't need them, because we are in such a good place right now with how much we've got on our plates with the new characters that we got from GDC, that you can run through whatever content you have to for right now. And if you can't, it gives you something to look forward to down the road. It gives your Dokkan days structure. So I just see this all as a big W. Could I have, you know, would I have preferred something else other than Gogeta? Of course, but it's here now. I'd rather just, you know, accept it and move on than, you know, dwell on the past. Like Daima. Daima's the past. They're not going to do it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if I said anything gibberishy in this video, because, you know, I'm fading. But let me know what you guys think overall. What's your opinion on the LR Gogeta Frieza situation? Any perspectives that you didn't see or hear in the video that you would like to include? Is there anything else that you want to talk about in this whole debate? Feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of myself do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.